Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Baltimore RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news now, guys. I've got some pretty exciting rumors swirling around that could shake up the AFC North. Something that could redefine the Ravens' offensive potential moving forward. No, I'm not talking about just another offseason move or a minor tweak. I'm talking about a blockbuster trade rumor that has been making the rounds. T. Higgins, the dynamic wide receiver from the Cincinnati Bengals, potentially heading to Baltimore. Yes, you heard that right. A division rival, a key piece for Cincinnati, possibly coming to Charm City, and if this happens, it could have massive implications for the Ravens' offense, their Super Bowl aspirations, and the entire division landscape. So let's unpack this. The rumor is that the Bengals are shopping Higgins, and the Ravens, always looking to upgrade their weapons and elevate Lamar Jackson's offense, are reportedly in the mix. Sources close to the league suggest that Cincinnati might be willing to send Higgins to Baltimore in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 draft. Now, that's a significant price, but considering Higgins' talent and what he could bring to the table, it might just be worth it. Cincinnati, sitting at 5-9 this season, is in a bit of a rebuilding mode. After the Bengals' recent struggles, especially with Joe Burrow's slump and some salary cap issues, Cincinnati is working to cut costs and rebuild their secondary. Trading Higgins could be part of that plan. They're focused on freeing up cap space, which is around $13 million, and bolstering their defensive line, especially since they've been heavily invested in their run game with Joe Mixon healthy again. But why would the Ravens be interested? Well, it's simple. Higgins is a game changer. The guy is a tank in YAC, a true contested catch artist, and he's proven to be a mismatch nightmare in the red zone. In 2025, Higgins has already put up some remarkable numbers: 68 receptions in 14 games, nearly 0 yards and 8 touchdowns. He's averaging 14.4 yards per catch, which ranks among the top in the league according to PFF, and his overall PFF receiving grade sits at an impressive 86.2. That's elite. And his YAC ability, it's off the charts with 462 yards after the catch, forcing 26 missed tackles. Think about how much he could open up Lamar Jackson's offense, especially with the kind of mismatches he can create versus man coverage. Higgins' career stats are nothing short of phenomenal. Since entering the league in 2020, he's accumulated over 200 receiving yards and 28 touchdowns, with nearly 283 receptions. Last season, he really showed out against the Ravens in Week 10, hauling in 8 catches for 132 yards and a touchdown. His ability to stretch the field and win contested catches makes him a perfect complement to the Ravens' existing core, especially Mark Andrews. And let's not forget, Higgins' style is reminiscent of Julio Jones at his prime: big, physical, a YAC beast, and a threat to take the top off defenses. His average separation is around 2.5 yards, which boosts the big play rate, and he's got a contested catch rate of 58%. That's exactly what Lamar needs: a big, reliable target who can go up and get the ball in tight windows. Now, why would Cincinnati consider releasing Higgins? Well, with their tough season at 5-9, they're prioritizing rebuilding their secondary, especially after extending Jamar Chase. They've got a lot of cap space to work with, and trading Higgins could be a strategic move to focus on their run game and defense. Plus, there's some frustration in Cincinnati about Higgins' usage. He's been targeted 72 times this season, and with their focus on rebuilding, they're willing to part ways to get some draft capital and clear cap space for future moves. For the Ravens, this could be a game changer. Adding Higgins alongside Andrews would create dual mismatches for defenses. Imagine Lamar Jackson with 2 big-bodied receivers who can win contested catches and YAC. This could elevate Baltimore's passing efficiency by around 24%, moving from roughly 7.3 yards per attempt to over 9 yards, according to PFF projections. It would also increase their red zone touchdown percentage from about 54% to nearly 68%. Without enough size in the WR room, Baltimore relies heavily on Lamar's athleticism and quick throws, but Higgins would give them a true red zone threat, and a receiver capable of winning 50-50 balls, especially on fades and jump balls. This move could be reminiscent of the DeAndre Hopkins trade back in 2020, when the Cardinals acquired him and saw their aerial yardage skyrocket. Plus, their offense became more explosive. For Baltimore, Higgins could serve as that X-factor, especially in high-leverage moments. His ability to stretch defenses and win contested catches would open up new possibilities for Lamar, making the offense more explosive and unpredictable. If this happens, projections suggest the Ravens could see a roughly 17% increase in their offensive EPA, expected points added per play, a huge boost that could make their attack even more formidable against tough defenses like Pittsburgh's secondary, which has allowed over 26 touchdowns this season. And looking ahead to the postseason, bringing in Higgins would seriously elevate Baltimore's chances of making a deep playoff run. Odds have already shifted, with Caesars listing the Ravens at plus 3,500 for Super Bowl odds at the start of the season. And now, depending on how this shakes out, those odds could improve significantly, perhaps to plus 2,000 or better. Higgins's YAC ability and size would be particularly crucial in tight games, especially against divisional rivals like the Browns, where a Chubb matchup can make or break the game. With Higgins on the field, the Ravens' explosive play rate in the postseason could rise from around 55% to an incredible 75%, similar to what the Chiefs experienced after they acquired Tyreek Hill. In conclusion, folks, if this trade comes to fruition, it would be a massive shot in the arm for the Ravens' offense. It would give Lamar Jackson a true big play receiver who can win in contested situations, stretch defenses, and make the Ravens more unpredictable and dangerous on the field. Sure, the Bengals might be in a tough spot, and letting go of Higgins seems like a gamble for them. But for Baltimore, it's an opportunity to cement their status as serious Super Bowl contenders. Imagine an offense with Andrews, Higgins, and Lamar. Opposing defenses would have a nightmare trying to contain all of that firepower. It's the kind of move that could push the Ravens back into that elite tier, aiming for another Lombardi, and it's exactly what fans have been dreaming about for years. The potential of adding a player of Higgins' caliber, especially when paired with Lamar's arm and the Ravens' offensive schemes, makes this rumor one to watch closely. So, Ravens fans, keep your eyes peeled. This could be one of those offseason moves that define the next decade of Baltimore football. The division is already tough, but with a move like this, Baltimore could re-establish dominance and solidify their position as a powerhouse in the AFC. The future looks bright, and I truly believe that with the right pieces, Baltimore is capable of making a deep playoff push and chasing another Super Bowl. And remember, I'll be here providing all the updates and inside scoops, so stay tuned and keep that passion alive. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see what's next for the Ravens. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to US and TO, the Baltimore Ravens. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news.